Hello, this is Dr. Singh. Here is my name. I'm not in rush. I'm gonna go slow. Okay. So here we go. PSX is a company. Its name appears right over here on the right hand side, Pakistan Stock Exchange. The number that you see over here, 217 by 419. 217 is basically on this one, meaning if you go down, let me show it to you one time. 217 is somewhere over here. Here it comes, 217. There we go. So here is 217. Look at this line over here. See this line? So it is that 217 number, PSX. Is the name of a company. It's a company, it's not a government, okay? And it does what it does. We will come to that individual company later on in the future, but we are not going to discuss every detail in every video. So this is in sector number 13, as you can see, and that's the 217 over here, okay? Having said that, let's go at the top. So what that 217 at the top basically means right over here, and 419 is on the right hand side. So I'm not going to go there. In rush, right? Let's look at this area over here in the middle. Note each stock symbol is unique. Let's look on this side. That's what it's referring to. Every symbol is unique. And the reason is that by using the stock symbol, the PSX can identify which company you are referring to. Second rule, there are a lot of rules over here, is that every symbol that you see on the left side must be in uppercase, lowercase. If you use the system, the PSX will not recognize it. Therefore, that's a rule we just follow, and that's the end of it. The PSX over here, I'm going to read, is a Pakistan Stock Exchange. It's a grandfather of all companies, meaning it monitors. It acts like a policeman. Monitors only those companies which are publicly traded, meaning the public has invested the money, meaning that they have bought the stock of the company. All right. So public is you and me. We put the money because we invested by buying the shares or the stock. Share and stock means the same thing of a given company. We are here now. There are a total of 544 companies in Pakistan. Now remember, this video, no matter what I discuss over here, applies to other countries also in one way or the other. It may not be exactly the same way over here, but the behavior is similar. So if you understood this part, it'll be much easier for you to understand other countries' stock market. It is the first time when you're learning a particular topic that becomes difficult. If you switch, if you know how a particular country's stock market works and you want to learn about the second country, it's very easy. It's just like when you are learning how to drive a car, your automobile, it is difficult because you have to learn a lot of things about the car itself, and then you have to know the rules of the road and things like that. But once you have learned one car, how to drive it, if you have a different car, driving is much easier, right? Because you have already learned the basics. So what you're learning is the basics of how the stock market works. So it has nothing to do with the Pakistan. I could have used the word India. I could have used the word USA, England, Switzerland, any country. They all work the same way. The motorcycle has two wheels in Pakistan, two wheels in China, two wheels in India, two wheels in US. So what is there to know about? You have to know for the first time what is a motorcycle, right? So remember, it is the first time when you're learning something, but you have to spend the time. After that, it's easier. So it does not make a difference which country stock you're learning. Some people say, oh, since it's Pakistan, there's no need to, pay attention. Come on. You learn the basics. So you're learning the basics. Here you go. So there are 544 publicly traded companies in Pakistan, and they are grouped into 36 groups. Instead of the word groups, we use the word sector, as you see right over here. So sector and group means the same thing. There are 36 sectors. So each company out of this 544 will belong to one sector only. I just showed you that PSX was in probably, I think, 13 sectors, something like that. All right. I don't memorize the things. Get the point, right? So keep in mind, it is easier to, work on them, study them. The behavior of the companies in the same sector are almost similar. One thing I should mention, if any company goes down, it impacts the other companies in the same sector, okay? So it's a long story, but there's no mathematical rule that this is going to be true because one goes down, the other companies in the same sector will also go down. But people pay attention. Whoa, why? What happened? It's just like, if a bank goes bankrupt in your neighborhood, then you worry about the other banks in the neighborhood also, right? Same thing. So here we are, and I believe I have covered most of the things over here. So I'm going to show you a Word document on the left side over here. This video, we are going to talk about sector number 26, which is known as a refinery, and it has 4 companies in this sector. My name appears right over here, and here we go. You should read and relax. Your mind has to be calm, quiet, and should not be worried about other things, because if you do, then it becomes difficult to learn the new subject or new topic. Do not panic. There's no need to panic. Why are you panicking? If you are panicked right now, don't continue. So watch the video or learn anything you want to learn at a time when you are not in, you are relaxed, and you don't have to be in panic. Okay? There's no need, because all these things are done by a human being. If they have done it, you can also learn it. Here we go. This is what the sector is all about. There are 4 companies. I'm going to read this part over here. It's very, it says refining. So this sector deals with refining crude oil, petroleum product, lube refineries, and fuel refinery. Now remember here, if you look at individual industry, crude oil, I can spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, days and days and days, and still it will not be over. The crude oil that that you have seen, chances are fairly high. It starts from some country somewhere down the road, and it goes by ship to the other countries, whatever the countries buy or the companies buy, and then they refine it and do all sorts of things. It's a very, very lengthy process. Do you have to worry about that? The answer is no. The same crude, or let's say, talk about your gasoline or in Asia we call this a petrol, that you fill up in your car or in a motorbike. You know through how many different corporation it goes through, different ways it is through different hands. Okay, it goes through, and then finally it comes to you. So by the time you have the crude oil was gone through so many different phases of its kind of life, you want to call it. It's a whole different field. I mean, I could spend weeks and weeks on it and still it may not be finished. Okay. Have I done it? Yes. Well, I didn't went to Saudi Arabia or in other Gulf countries to buy the crude, but I have gone through the contracts, invested in them right from the time they start and then how the things go forward and so on and so forth. It's a very, very long story. There is no need to talk about it, okay? So we will probably discuss some in some other video, but this is not the video to talk about. But you get the point. Same product goes through different parts. Let me briefly mention one thing. Now look at your potato or onion. Now remember, go back to, if you look at the process of an onion or that of a potato or any other thing, you have to see, you have to go back to learn it upside down. You have to go back to the farmer. You have to go back to the land where it was, the farmer did the work to get the onion or the potato and things like that. Then it is bought up, the onions are bought by probably the wholesaler. Well, there are so many people in the middle before it comes to the wholesaler. The wholesaler then gives the retailer then sells it to the public. So how many steps you have? Maybe I'll make a video in the future, not right now. That the same single item. And then when you buy the onion or potato from a store and you come home and you do other processing, you chop up the onion, then saute it, and then mix it with something else. And then ultimately you eat it. See how many processes it went through, phases it went through. So it is, if everything that you are seeing, you're watching, goes through different hands, different phases, and things like that. Okay, end of story. Let's come back to our discussion over here. So this sector has only 4 companies that is at the top, and these are the 4 companies. Do you have to, oops. Let's Control Z, back to that part. I messed it up a little bit, that's okay. I will basically show you this part. You should read on your own. Do you have to understand it thoroughly? The answer is absolutely no. Absolutely no. But you should read it. Certain things you will know, or you already have known it. And words are there. You don't have to memorize them. At least you have read them. That's the goal. The goal is that you read it. Go over this again and again. Don't have to memorize. And then later on in the future, these are the symbol. I will go over all the 4 companies separately, one at a time in a different video. So, folks, remember, if you want to become rich, you have to get into the stock market. People are going to say, don't get this, is very risky. Don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. They have never dealt with the stock market. Well, okay, if somebody dealt it, listen. But again, how much in detail? It's the same thing. I mean, if you're driving, if you talk to a driver of a car, then he can tell you better things, more knowledgeable things. But if you talk to somebody who has never driven a car and the knowledge that you get from that second person is not that good, right? So the person who has already done it, they know something or a lot of things. So you need to talk to, when you are dealing with the stock market, you have to listen to somebody who already knows how they buy and sell the stocks. So I will talk that in some other videos. With this, I will stop recording this video. Here we go.